Here we have the daily price chart for Tesla Incorporated, stock ticker TSLA. Here we can see that a lot of our prior projections are playing out exactly as planned. This was really not a move that was expected by large portions of the market. There were actually a lot of people, believe it or not, that are bearish on this stock. There are a lot of people on CNBC are calling for declines all the way into the 90s. Some of the analyst commentaries that have shown up on that channel recently have been calling for significantly lower prices. So here we can see that all of those bearish projections have just been completely wrong, proven to be completely wrong here. And the prior level that we were focusing on was the 250 mark, and we are rapidly approaching that level. The most recent close for TSLA came in at 246.39. So we're just over $3 away from that upside price target. So currently, we're gonna have to take a step back here, and this is why I wanted to look at the daily chart, try to get a better sense of where prices could be traveling next. It is very clear that large portions of the market were wrong about where the stock was going. But global delivery numbers did come in very strongly earlier this week, and this stock was just a dam waiting to break. The floodgates are really opening wide open here, and we can see that share prices are really rocketing higher. So now that we've breached a lot of these important resistance levels, we do need to kind of reassess the situation and try to figure out exactly where this trend is likely to be headed next. So for the first thing that I want to point out here is the fact that you've got a really strong volume activity here in this stock. This is something you always want to see whenever you see a breakout like this. If you see an upside breakout on weak trading volumes, there's a very strong chance that what you're going to be seeing is a false breakout. And that's dangerous because it can really catch people long at the wrong levels. It's very easy to lose money in a situation like that. So you do need to look for external pieces of information, which do kind of confirm a breakout or suggest that breakout might be a false breakout. Here we are not looking at this as a false breakout. Let's make that perfectly clear. This is a very strong impulse move to the top side, and this really does set Tesla on a strong course to finish the year off in very strong territory. So in particular, we do want to point to this rising volume level because this does go very far to confirm on a fundamental level, the strength of this upside breakout. So, in addition to that, we have this uptrend line in the relative strength index, which shows us that, and this is a daily chart reading. So this is significant. So on the daily time frame, we're seeing momentum levels that continue to be strong and continue to be supportive. There is a little bit of a risk here because we have now moved into overbought territory. We can see that here. That's this kind of green shaded area here. The purple line here is the relative strength index. The yellow line is a moving average of the relative strength index. And then in situations where we move above the 70 mark, this would be considered to be overbought territory. And as we can see, we're actually starting to approach heavily overbought territory. We're not quite there yet. But if we see this indicator reading move above the 90 level, that would suggest that we're starting to become overextended here, and it's possible that we'll start to see corrective moves to the downside. You could even see a period of sideways consolidation at that point. But if we're heading into heavily overbought territory, more often than not, you do see a downside corrective retracement, so that the indicator reading itself can kind of work itself off. But we're not quite there yet. And we do have the overall momentum reading is still positive. So this does suggest that we could actually continue to run higher, even though we are trading in overbought territory. So that in itself, it's not entirely a negative signal. It just should start to alert you to the fact that we might want to start taking profits in some of these positions at some point soon. We haven't yet reached the $250 target. We're close. But the strength of this move, this has been incredibly decisive. So the current upside target, and we've blown through all of the major Fibonacci retracement levels. So I'll get to that in a minute. But Overall, the projection here is going to be a clear break of the $250 level. I'm actually expecting to see prices move a bit higher than that. And I'll try to get there, before the end of this video. So, but first, I wanted to point out that we've clearly broken the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement. This came in at 217.20 roughly. And then we also broke through the 78.6% retracement, which came in just above 238. So, and these were decisive moves. There was really no real resistance to be found in these areas. So, for that reason, I'm really not expecting this psychological level at $250 to provide much headway. I do think that we're gonna blow right through there, and then if we do see a move through there, that's gonna most likely be the main market news story of the day. Just given the fact that there were so many people that were calling for sub 100 levels in this stock, I mean, it was not uncommon to hear that. Um, so, currently, there's not much to be found here in the way of historical resistance, and we've blown through all of these Fibonacci retracement levels that would be expected to work as resistance. So, very little reason here to believe that this $250 mark is going to contain prices. I do expect to see some selling pressure there. I think that people are going to park some orders there. And I think that some other people are probably going to start to engage in profit taking near those levels, because you start to get to a round number, and everybody starts to get a little bit nervous if you're already holding on to some gains. But there's nothing on this chart which really adds much significance to this $250 price level. I mean, to me, that's just not enough of a reason to think of that level as an upside price target. Psychology alone is not enough. You do need a bit more than that. So we're not currently seeing anything like that. And the next target to the top side, I'm looking at the December 28, 2023 highs, which came in at 265.13. So, I would expect to see some significant fall through on a break of the 250 level. I do believe that will be the market news story of the day, just because it's proving so many people wrong. And it's a big round number, and it does kind of signal this strong reversal. And a lot of people wanted to take Tesla out of the Mag 7 and things like that. So, this at the very least, this reignites those conversations. Like, really, are you sure it's not a Mag 7 stock? What if it continues rocketing higher? You're going to have to eat your words a little bit here and admit that this stock is really, a major player in the market. I think that conversation will have to be had, and is probably going to be had by the end of this week. So, currently markets are closed, but we do come back tomorrow, and we're going to see some thin trading volumes most likely, and that can lead to some outsized price moves in both directions. So, if we do see an actual breakthrough 250, I fully expect this prior high here to be tested, and there's a strong chance it's going to be broken, because we are going to be looking at some holiday thinned trading conditions characterized by low liquidity levels. So here you have it. That's the current market analysis for Tesla Incorporated, stock ticker TSLA.